guys, what's up and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you all how to make unique and crazy samples in the style of Pvlace and Cubeatz. So y'all already had the sample, now I'm going to break it down and show you all how I mix it. And then after that I'm going to show you all how I made a beat to it. Make sure to like and to comment on this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and make sure to follow me on all my socials because I'm going to drop a sample pack for y'all. And yeah guys, let's go. So I started off with using addictive keys with the Studio Grand preset, and I laid down this pretty simple pattern. Maybe it looks complex, but when you hear it, it's actually pretty simple and repetitive. And I played with the velocities from different notes, and this is how the finished pattern is sounding like. And for the effects on this piano, I just used an RC20 with the vinyl preset. I turned down the noise and everything else. I just had it for the wobble just to make it sound more vintage. Then after that, I used this Valhalla vintage verb with these settings. Y'all can just copy them. And then for the last thing, I had this EQ just to get rid of all the lows. Then for the next thing, I had this Anastasia vocal chop from L Huck's Kids. And I just picked some vocals that are fitting the rest of the sample. And this is how these vocals are sounding like. And for the effects on these vocals, I used an Fruity Delay 2 with these settings, then this Fruity Reverb 2 with these settings, then this Simple Soothe just to get rid of all the unwanted and unnecessary frequencies, and then this EQ just to get rid of a lot of the lows and some of the highs. Then for the next thing, I used my reed guitar, which is standing behind me, and I just played this simple pattern, which y'all will hear. It's pretty simple and repetitive, but it sounds good, and it sounds like this. And for the effects on my reed guitar, I just used a simple compressor with these settings. Then this Apex Vintage Exciter from Waves. Then this RC20 again just for the wobble. This reverb, I've tweaked the mix, the decay and the low cut. This soothe just to get rid of all the unwanted frequencies. And then this EQ just to get rid of some of the lows. And I put it 38% in stereo. Then for the next thing, I used Edna World 6 from Contact with this fiddle preset. And I laid down this pretty simple pattern again. It's pretty repetitive as well. And I played with the velocities just to make it sound more realistic. And it sounds like this. And for the effects on the fiddle, I just used this simple Fruity Reverb 2 with the default settings. I just played a bit with the mix. And then for the second thing, I just had this EQ just to get rid of some of the lows. Then for the last thing, which is the bass, I used this bass, which is named Ferno. It's from one of Ferno's Peasant's Kids. And I laid down this pretty simple bass pattern, and it sounds like this. And for the effects on the bass, I just had the simple Fruity Parametric EQ2 just to get rid of some of the muddy lows, and I put it fully in mono. And then to make the sample unique, I rendered it out and chopped it up. It's pretty simple but pretty effective, and the normal sample would sound like this. And with me chopping it up, it sounds like this. And there's one more thing that I added, which is this crash, which is called Pierre. I just a tail from this crash, and I put a delay and a reverb on it, just that it like fades into the normal sample again. You can't really hear it, but it still gives it some texture. And shout out my bro Wanna Listen Up, he told me to do that, and it sounds like this. Now I just open up the other FOP and I'm going to show you all how I made a beat to it. So I just started off with using this hit hi-hat from Ferno's Kid, and I laid down this pretty simple pattern. I just with a few offbeat hi-hats to give it like a different rhythm and a different bounce, and the pattern I laid down is something like this. Then for the next thing I had this wavy clap from Ferno's Kid again, which is sounding like this. Then this knowledge snare from Pvlace kit again. Then this little wheezy perc, which sound like this. And the pattern laid down is sound like this. It's pretty simple again with a few offbeat percs. And yeah, it sounds like this. Then this gentle open hat from Pvlace kit again, and it's just a basic pattern. Then this legs open hat, and it laid down a pretty basic pattern again. And then I had this 808 pattern, which is pretty simple besides these 808 rolls with the velocity switches, but y'all can hear what I did to that. So it basically just follows the bounce from the loop, and the 808 pattern with the full beat is sounding like this. The drums alone didn't make that much sense, but y'all gotta trust the process. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to leave a comment as well, and make sure to follow me on all my socials to get a reminder when my sample pack drops. And yeah guys, see y'all.